So update on Fianto. Shortly after our last video, which was day 20, I think, we were doing some desensitizing, and he unfortunately ended up coming up lame, and I think he stepped wrong. I mean, he was kicking out pretty good, but that's why I had to do the work to get him to where he wasn't kicking so bad in the back end. So it was a little hard for my vets to kind of figure out. I figured it was in the stifle, just in how he was acting. And we took x-rays, but my vets really couldn't get too close. They were a little concerned because he's a little funny about trusting other people. He trusts me, but so we ended up stall resting him for a little bit, thinking it was a muscle tear, and then he just wasn't improving as fast as he should, so I took him to the University of Tennessee and to hopefully get some more answers, and we did. We ended up finding out through ultrasounds that he actually had a meniscus tear, and he did a pretty good job on it. It was a grade 3 tear. So that involves, he's already had 8 weeks of stall rest, and so he gets another 4, and he's doing really well with it, and he's a very good boy about the hand walking. So what's that mean for Fianto? Based on, I wasn't really able to get him as far along as I would have liked in our training process, and so it's really not fair to him to rehab him and then try to go through the breaking process of, or rather training. I could ride him bareback, but just to get the job done, I would be too worried he would re-injure himself. So I'm rehabbing him so he can go back out to California, to his owner's preserve, which is Montgomery Creek Preserve. And there's 2,000 acres out there and a herd of horses. A bunch of, some of them are BLM, some of them are, I know, hi buddy, reservation horses. So he'll get to go back and be a wild horse again, which he still is. But we also found out that I had his teeth done, and he's actually closer to 11, so he's a bit older than we had expected. So I'm pretty proud of him, the progress that we've made in such a short time. I mean, he's been not the easiest horse, as far as he's really kind of internal and was highly fear-driven, and but he would tolerate things, but I just felt like he just wasn't connecting quite like my other 3 did. So it's not necessarily the worst thing for Fianto. I'm sure a lot of people will be happy for it. I will be sad because I will miss him, but that's just me being a little selfish. I know he'll do awesome out there, so now my job is to get him ready for his trip back, and we're doing more rehabbing. He just had a laser treatment and massage today, and he has his hand walks, and then I also do other work with him, so he gets a lot of grooming done. We work on picking up our feet, but everything is pretty minimal-wise. Like, I make sure he can't re-injure himself. And so as we get closer, he'll probably ship to California in October is what we're thinking. So I need to get him accustomed to having more strangers kind of mess with him and get him comfortable getting on and off the trailers and all that kind of good stuff, doing a couple of short trips here and there. And so that's basically going to be Fianto's journey kind of back to the wild. And while I'm out there, I'm going to go to Burns, the Burns holding facility in Litchfield, and hopefully find a couple more Mustangs that are in holding, as well as hopefully find a couple more for people that are wanting to help the horses that are in holding. and to keep getting kind of ambassadors for these horses. Fianto's done a great job. I know a lot of people saw him on the internet adoptions, and so they filled out their applications, and so he's done a good job already of just kind of getting the word out, and everywhere he goes people are attracted to him because he's such a nice looking horse, and the vets were really amazed at how nice he was, and he was a very well-behaved gentleman. And so that's kind of the update on Fianto. And then he's also learned a fun trick of, yeah, he's really good at showing his smile. That's so good. Good boy. So that's kind of the update, and I'll be doing more stuff with getting him on the trailer and doing little things, but it's pretty quiet as far as he gets groomed every day, and we walk around, and then I have people come in and pet him and just try to get him to be more comfortable. Like I said, he mainly tolerates, and he's a good boy, and he'll connect, and he thinks it's pretty funny when he smiles. So that's Fianto. He's getting a little bit of grass before we head back in. Good boy, Fianto.